and the wind was that real bad day. Real bad windstorm and a lot of rain. Hey, Dr. Ravis, you're on mute.
I'm getting off of
Dr.
mute.
Stedman.
Hey, Dr. Lamb.
I'm getting off of mute. How's everybody?
Yeah.
Good.
Dr. Ravis is probably tired. She has been working since early this morning.
Still not much success.
I know it. I just looked. Makeda just submitted something. I hope she went through you with task 2.
He did.
So
Task 1 and 2.
Don't be scared. The new people are here. You're not supposed to tell all this. There's Jackie. Hey, Jackie, Doug, how are y'all?
Good. Hope you are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm in the middle of Santa Claus season. It's a good time. My wife's already got
like I need to ask for presents.
I got another gig this past weekend, and so I'm gonna have to extend this beard another week. So I may be homeless.
Yeah, because I know Tina's ready for you to get it off.
I'm shedding bad. It's just not good. I'm blaming the dog. Not good. But I'm going to get to spend the whole day in elementary school with kids starting at 8:30, and I'm going to go to every class and read with every group. I am so excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a revisit of my youth when I was a young elementary principal. I'm so excited. So
you got kindergartners?
Yeah.
You better take your bag, extra pair of pants. So what?
Of course. I mean, it ain't fun till you get peed on.
You know, kindergartners do that.
I'm like parents. Pee and poop and vomit don't bother me. I'm over that. I got peed on most every day. I used to go to kindergarten and take a nap with them every afternoon early. Them my peeps. I hang out with them. I like them. I've got one this Sunday after commencement on Saturday. I've got one Sunday. I had one this past weekend, and I've got I'll have a good crowd this coming. I'll have a good crowd this coming weekend. But I'm looking forward to going to that elementary school. It's a little poor school out in the rural area, and I'm collecting up some toys to take them to, so it's going to be good.
They kind of help you forget about all the other mess you have to do.
Oh yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Sarah, I hope you're doing well, and I see Dr. Sanders is with us and Dr. Sumner. I think that's probably Steve on the phone in 828.
Yes, I talked with him earlier, and he said he was going to be on the phone.
Yeah, he told me I was running out the door to get here so I could be on tonight. What time is it? 6 o'clock? Yeah, I guess I better get started. Thank everybody. There's Robin from the beach. There she is.
Hey.
Hey, Robin.
Hey, how you doing?
Great. How are y'all?
All good. I'll get started here since we got so many items on our agenda here. Let me see what came in the inbox. I don't want to do that. All right, so let's start here. Dr. Bull just sent us all a message. Grades for graduating students are due Wednesday. That's good how to start that. And all others, she really wants them all on Wednesday. And he wants everything intact. Of course, we're up to date in task stream. We were when I left work just a few minutes ago, so we're good on task stream. We do need grades in Wednesday for everybody. I was with the registrar this morning. She would prefer them to get in, if at all possible. They're not.
By what time, Dale?
By the end of the day, everybody by the end of the day, the graduating, our add-ons in 605, they have got to be in by 9 o'clock Wednesday morning. She preferred them all by the end of the day on Wednesday. Please remember that we are not doing assessment day on Monday after commencement. And so she's going to have to send her staff home. And so if we don't have grades in, it's going to work her to death. So she'd like for them all to be in on Wednesday. So, but
What's the longest you want us to hold out on work? The last bit of work coming in.
I mean, if you have to hold out to Friday, you have to hold out to Friday. I prefer them to be in. I told mine I would be heartless. So
okay. Well, I'm at that heartless point too. So
well,
whatever you do is what I'm going to do.
Sharing my screen here. You see my bunch here? They had to have 3,400 points to get their A. Look at that. Every one of them.
Yeah.
They believed me. Y'all are too nice. My crowd believed me. Let's look at the other group here. Which group is that? That's the 03 group.
Well, if you go back to C14 that you gave me, whose name is on the top of that list?
I know.
Okay.
And see, I've got one, and I've been working with her all day. She's going to make it too. I've only got one. I have finally convinced her that I mean business, and so she's put 900 points worth in today, as you can see.
Wow.
She thinks I'm gonna come to her work and get her, so I'm gonna have all mine in by Wednesday. I've only got one, so you just got to get after them. Is all I know, and I know y'all will. I appreciate y'all following up with me. Let's talk about grades for a minute. If you're teaching an add-on license class where there was 2 evidences, if they get 1 evidence in, and their work 75%, I'd go ahead and give them a grade. If they're not, if they've only got 1 evidence and not 75% of their work, let's look at incompletes. Let me know. If they didn't do either one of their evidences this semester, you're going to have to fail them. I mean, we can't, I mean, you got to do your evidences. And so there shouldn't be many of those. I think everybody's good. I'll look at task stream in just a minute. I have to pull it up. On the single classes, in terms of the masters, where they only had to do 1, if you've got a question on 1, if they did enough or not to pass, let me know. Once you put in a failing grade, it's an act of Congress to get it changed. We have to go through the associate provost and the dean and everybody else, and anybody else they can flag down on College Avenue and ask them what their opinion is on the grade change. So let's not get into that. So let me know on that. Task stream, as I said when I left just a few minutes ago, task stream was caught up. Looking at, let me switch browsers here. And I apologize for not having it up already, but if I leave it up, it tends to time out on me when I switch browsers. All right. Let's see what we got in the last few minutes here that we haven't gotten to in task stream in the last few minutes. All right, we've got one. And I'll knock it out in a few minutes if somebody doesn't get to it before me, whoever that one is. So we're doing well. Looking at our completers this semester. So that would be spring 19 add-on. Move that out of the way. I don't see anything in that section of 601 that's not been done. Everything looks good on it. 603, Tanya Smith, Cynthia Singletary. So
And Tanya was mine. She finished everything.
yeah, but she's not got her cap in.
She did. Tanya Smith.
Tanya Smith, it's a completer. Let me roll back through it again here.
She was the one that was on that contract to finish.
Yeah. Cynthia Singletary.
No, Tanya Smith is done.
Yeah, I
her.
know. Just give me a second. I'm going
Okay.
through them here.
Okay.
Looks like Cynthia quit at the end of the summer.
Okay.
And there is Tanya Smith. No cap, no SOP, no dispositions, no analysis, no portfolio.
Okay. No, she's not to graduate this time.
Right.
She goes in. She goes in. Okay.
Yeah, she's not finishing this time.
She's not to finish this time anyway.
That's correct. She took, okay, so we should be good there. And Singletary withdrew, I remember that one, so we're good on that one. Looking at 605. Everything looks good here. We've been working on these day and night for the last 2 weeks. I don't know what Elbert can't. Whoever's got Elbert needs to remind him he's not done his dispositions, his analysis, or his folio. So we need to get that from Elbert. I think he's the only one that still owes us something. Yeah, he's the only one, Elbert. And he's got all his evidences in, so we need to, whoever's got Elbert in class, crank him up, get him to get his in, so our portfolios will all be done. So thank you. That's great. We won't have to worry about running our statisticals next week because everybody has done that. Yeah, same pattern. Yeah, he's always a day late, $1 short. But I have a soft spot in my heart for him. My dad was named Elbert, so I have to find something. You have to find something, just like Miss Ari Smith. She used to teach all of us. When I taught high school, we still had a Bible teacher. Local churches paid her, and we had all these. They'd closed the local reform school down, and all the youthful offenders came over, and we didn't have school too much on Friday because they were all over at Green Seat Center for drunk driving. Miss Smith, she couldn't find anything else to say good about him. She'd say he's got pretty eyes, and so. All I can good say about Albert is the same name as my dad. But yeah, I know he's a little aggravating, but we still love him. So whoever's got him, remind him to get his stuff in. We'll be good. So that's a great job. That is truly a great job on the 49 completers. I've been working with Ryan Potts individually. Ryan may actually finish this semester.
Yay!
Ryan, I think me and him, I think we went to school together. Ryan has been in the program since the spring of 2012.
Right.
This is his 7.5 year. He's had 2 extensions already.
His hair has changed colors over the 7.5 years.
He's got grown kids. Since he's been in the program.
Tomorrow.
So hopefully we're going to get him through. And so I will be so excited, I've spent the morning with the registrar trying to get Brian Schaffer back re-enrolled. I don't know if Brian's ever going to finish. He may be another one, but prayers for him and his family. He's been through a lot. He still hadn't finished his work from summer school, so we're praying for him. Hopefully he'll get on it. But we're doing really well in task stream, and I appreciate that everybody has done so well on this. This is great. So I'm going to go ahead and log out of my account so it won't hang me up, and we'll get that one later. All right. I don't know what this is. All right, back to. All right, so we've talked about Blackboard and incompletes and task streams. Commencement. You know that this is a one-time only where they can come to the undergraduate pinning ceremony at 6 o'clock on Thursday, and then they'll still come to the reception at noon on Saturday. And some are going to come to both and either. As many of you can. I don't suspect most of you won't come on Thursday night. we're going to let them walk across the stage there in Dover Chapel. We need some numbers because we don't have that many undergraduates for the pinning ceremony. But Saturday will be our usual. We'll walk over about 9:30. We'll meet in Craig, get our regalia on, and walk over about 9:30. We'll go to the auditorium and check on our bunch, make sure they hadn't started a riot or anything. We won't really have any other than Ryan. I don't guess he'll come. We won't have any graduates, but then our folks will give them their certificates at the reception, as we normally do. We'll be down at the end near the climbing wall, and we'll meet and greet, kiss all the babies, take pictures, and do all that with our. We don't have any that are on track to graduate this semester because of the cycle. We have 49 completers plus 5 from the EDCI that y'all haven't met. And then we had, let's see, we had how many? 14 from summer. So some of them may come. And then we had 24 from spring, and some of them may come. So we've got about 50 of them that are scattered out. The ones that already had their doctorate, they've already come. The one that were all but dissertation, most of them didn't come, but several of them are graduating this semester with their doctorate in curriculum instruction. So they may show up. If you know any of them, if you don't, I know them all. Me and Laws have had them. That's been our weekend gig for this year. Like we didn't have anything else to do. So we taught them on Saturdays and Sundays. So they'll be here. But we should have, I don't know, we'll probably have 20 to show up, I'd say. So if you know any of them, or if you've had any of them, it'd be nice if you come. If you can't, I understand. So that's what's going on this weekend. All right. Our winter staff development. Let me go back. Let me move this out of the way here. Let me go back to it. I had it pulled up until that one came up. Our last faculty meeting, let's see. Let's see. Let me pull that one up. I had it already loaded. Here it is. No. We want to remember Horace and Sarah in our prayers again. I need to be reminded of these things.
We appreciate it.
Hope things are going well. Okay. Here it is. Let me get this. So again, as a reminder, I put this out for our last meeting last Monday. Our winter staff development, they are going to pay for 1-night hotel and your travel. It will be on Saturday, January the 4th, 8:30 registration, breakfast, 9 o'clock. They're going to do sessions on APA. They're going to have the manuals there. I've double checked. They swear they'll have the manuals for us at the training. Dissertation, IRB, EdTPA will be the APA 7th edition training. And then after lunchtime, I don't think we're going to get to, I think they've upgraded this. We may not get to our session until 1 o'clock, whatever it is, but we'll cover all of our material. Now, what we're going to do, can we buy them? They said they'd give them to us. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm hoping so too. They said they would have them. They would provide them. And I said, well, I'll order them. They said, no, they'd already ordered them. We're going to give them out. So that's going to be great if they'll have those. But sometime between 12 and 1, we'll start our program specific, and we'll have a general meeting quickly. We'll go over all the things for the spring. And then we'll break into our pods in terms of 601, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so please remember, that's January the 4th. If you're coming, look at last week's email announcement. There's a Qualtrics link to tell them that you're coming so they can plan for you. If you need me to resend that link, I will. I'll remember to send it out with the video tonight if you're coming. So let's look at, textbooks are supposed to be there at the same time. I ordered the textbooks. They should be available. Seth said they should be in by then to give you your textbook. And here's our problem. I don't know if you noticed this email that came out today. I've already cautioned you, but Emily sent out our email today. Graduate school starts back a week earlier this spring. It's going to start back the 13th. Normally it would start on the 20th. They're stretching summer out to do the 2 6-week mini semesters where they're doing 2 5s. They need to do 2 6 now because of the 10-month MBA. So we're starting back a week early. As you can see, grad 10-month MBA. I knew that. They didn't tell us that, but I have surmised it. So we're starting a week early. That means our Blackboard shells have got to be up and running on January the 6th, that Monday. So that's why we're going to meet in our pods and make sure I should have your shells ready for you. And we'll get all of our shells ready to roll for our classes. And for the coaches, you've got your shells. I'll try to have your students loaded in them. Jackie and Doug are new. Welcome them. They're going to be coaching with me in 603 this spring. And hopefully they'll get their Blackboard. I think I followed up with Emily today. So Jackie, she should have sent you an email about doing yours. Doug, you're in the sandbox at the end here. And so I will give you Blackboard coaching shells, which look just like teaching shells. I'll give you those, and so that you can work with our students. And so y'all will be with me this spring. And so, yeah, sandbox. She told me today she was at the sandbox. And so let's see who we got here. Aaron's with us. John's here. I think John's our workhorse on grading this work. He's going to get 50 new ones this spring. And so looking at the schedule, this is my projection of what we'll have this spring. We'll have at least 6 new add-ons cohorts. Dr. Stedman, Crawford, Hamilton, Sanders, and Dr. Revis will be teaching, and they'll be coaching one another's. We'll have at least 1 each, 2, 1 each for Dr. Church and Dr. Todd. I don't think that we'll make 3 there. Those are going to be really full. I don't think they'll break over. And if we're above 20 on those, as long as it's not 25, I think we'll keep those at 2. Now, the add-ons, we're trying to hold those at 15. Right now, we got enough for 7, but I'm going to say 6, and if we have to add another one, we'll figure out who's going to teach it. But right now, they may make us go a couple over on those. On 603, Dr. Barnes and Dr. Sumner work with me this semester. They'll have class. They'll coach one another's. Sarah and Rachel will work in a team again. As I said, Jackie and Doug will work and coach my 2 sections of 603 add-on, law, finance, policy. Kelly and Malia will cover the 2 602s. Joey will continue to coach those same students. Dr. Sanders, she's going to pull double duty. She's going to do a 601 and she's going to do 2 604s. And then Dr. Stone is going to do double duty. He's going to pull 2 for us in 605 and 1 in LS as well. We're all asked to do 3 now. So I'm doing 2 here. I also will have a weekend statistics class for my doctoral students. So that'll be my 3rd one. And so if Phyllis is listening, Phyllis, she's going to get that C10 I had for me. I told her I was holding her in reserve. I'd already talked to her. So that's what it looks like right now. I don't think we're going to have any problem making these classes. Well, I think it's pretty much, yeah, that's right, Jamal. Now you talking about a bunch that I just tortured. I tortured that bunch in statistics. I have the best time. They don't, I do. And so, no, we're, we all have to kind of pick up and help with the doctoral program, and we can't find anybody. I am training me a new person this semester to teach statistics. So I'm hoping that they won't run her out of town or fire any warning shots over her head or anything. But if I can get her trained up, then I'll get to drop that, because I'm having to double up because I'm doing the EDCI doctorals on the weekend. So we're not going to be doing those in the spring. We'll start that back in the summer. We've done it 3 straight semesters, spring, summer, and fall. We did the EDCI doctoral add-on program just specifically for them. We're taking a hiatus this spring because I've got to teach statistics in the doctoral program. And hopefully if I get Scarlett trained, then I'll be back on that again in the summer, or back to regular MELS. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. I didn't have anything else to do, so I'll do something for the weekend. All right, so that's what the schedule looks like. I'm excited to get 2 new folks, Jackie and Doug, working with me. I'll break them in badly, but we'll break them in. And so we've talked about winter staff development textbooks. We talked about the schedule. All right, got 7 minutes left. Questions that y'all have for me?
All good.
Anything? Well, I'm looking forward to winter staff development. I'm glad that Dr. Bull found the money for that again. I think that's very important. There's Steve Marie. Steve's going to get a bunch of new ones to evaluate as well. Steve's been doing it. Steve and John McHugh and Cindy have been doing yeoman work, grading all this work, keeping it done. I don't believe we've been outside of 36 hours on a single student this whole semester in terms of turnaround on their task stream. Our goal was 48. I don't believe we've been outside of 36. Most of them have been within the 24-hour range. We've turned their work around. And so that's them and you, because you're sending them good work. Now, some of them it's taken 2 or 3 times, and we're having to pray with some of them, but most of it, the work's been really good. I have not had a student in both of my sections this semester of 603. I did not have one student whose turn it in was above like 20. They're actually doing their own work. They're not just doing copy and paste from somebody else's work. And so I've been really excited about that. We've had tough luck with folks' health and this semester, but we've all survived it, and I appreciate all that you do for our students. Some of our students have had a tough row as well to hoe, but God doesn't give you more than you can handle. So I think we're okay.
Dr.
Yes,
Lamb,
sir.
when is the last day I should be getting things in task stream?
Friday will be the last day, hopefully Wednesday, but Friday definitely.
Okay.
You're off the clock on Friday, and then if whatever comes in after that, I'll get.
Okay.
Y'all are off the clock on Friday, and I'll take care of it from there on out. We don't have that much stuff, and I can catch it. Y'all go off. I mean, we're not going to keep y'all going to Christmas. I'll take care of task stream during the holidays. Everybody's blackboard will go out first of next week anyway. She'll take it down for work. She sent that email today. So we should be good. We should be good. We're not thousands of submissions behind. We got one that came in just a few minutes ago. Other than that, we're good. And I'll catch it tonight. So we're pretty much caught up. All the classwork's come in. Like I said, I'm working with one more student. In my 2 sections of my 40, I've only got 2 one that's still working, and but she's working steady and she'll make it. So give them every opportunity. Don't fail them. We'll do an incomplete if we can find a way. We'll do an incomplete. Some of them may need to do a medical withdrawal. I think we've worked through all of our medical withdrawals. Who was it? We were talking last week. The lady who broke both. Dr. Sanders was talking about the lady that broke both of her arms. She was telling us at the faculty meeting on Friday. She broke both of her arms and still finished. So that's pretty good. And so,
Lamb? Dr. Lamb?
Yes.
Can you make sure you resend that link about the
I
for the
will.
winter training?
I'm gonna send it
I
out
don't
with our
remember if
video.
I completed it or not, so I just want to make sure I do it again if I didn't.
But I'd like to see everybody. I hope everybody will join us on January the 4th. If you can't come to commencement on Saturday, I understand, or the pinning ceremony on Thursday. Now, my last thing tonight, I've got a couple minutes, is going forward. As I said last week, Dr. Bull is working on a plan for the May graduation. It's going to be, we're going to do some kind of an activity in the afternoon prior to a nighttime commencement outdoors in the stadium. And I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we're going to do something. Now, here's the bad part. Because this is a change, Dr. Downs has asked, the president has asked that we figure out a way for people who would have been completing in the summer to come and participate in the spring commencement. I think that's a really bad idea. But in licensure programs. Now, if it's just regular programs, I understand. But our folks won't be ready to apply for their license at that time. I'm not sure that, but we'll get that figured out somehow. Dr. Bull's working on that, what we're going to do for those people in May. But don't be surprised if our summer folks figure out some way for them to come in May, and we'll have a bunch of them in the summer. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not, again, Dr. Bull says he's trying to figure that out for the entire school. Where we'll have some kind of a general ceremony and maybe split into departments. What we're going to do about these people in licensure programs that we really shouldn't let come and walk until they actually get their degree or their certificate, and because of the licensure aspect to it. So that'll be up to them. But again, things are going to change in the spring. It'll be an outdoor evening ceremony on a Saturday. I think he's wanting to do it at 6 o'clock. As I said before, what could go wrong in May in the evening at 6 o'clock? You see my head. I think I lost most of my hair when the lightning hit us in the football stadium. That was the last graduation ever held outdoors in Charlotte-Mecklenburg, when we literally got hit. Our stadium got hit by lightning with us in it during graduation. So, not that I have an aversion to that or anything, but if he'd asked me, I'd told him you might want to rethink that. But there's a reason why we go inside. But that's up to him. He wants pageantry. Well, it'll make the news if the lightning hits us. So who knows? But we'll see how that goes. If you don't have anything else, I will send out the link for staff development. Again, you're all invited. Staff development, I'll send that out with tonight's video. I appreciate you being with me. We actually got through on time. I'll see you all soon. God bless. Have a great holiday. Thank you.
You as well.
All of this.
Thank you.
Bye.